Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn the last paragraph of On Running After One's Hat by G.K. Chesterton. Let us refresh the memory of the previous class. Chesterton's way of looking at an unpleasant situation can be applied in every homely situation. For example, taking a fly from the milk or taking a cork out of a wine glass. Think of the patience of the anglers sitting quietly by a pool in order to fish. Then it will be easy. Some modern people who don't believe in religion and God turns to belief so easily when they face a simple problem like jamming the drawer of the table. Chesterton had a friend like that. Chesterton advised him, when you are pulling a jammed drawer of a table, imagine that you are fighting with a powerful enemy or you are in a tug of war competition. Then you will feel it exciting. That was what we were discussing in the last class, and now we are coming to the para 6. So, I do not think that it is altogether fanciful or incredible to suppose that even the floods in London may be accepted and enjoyed poetically. So, I do not think that it is altogether means completely imaginative or unbelievable to suppose that even the floods in the London may be accepted and enjoyed poetically in a poetic manner. So, it is not completely imaginative. It is not completely imaginative or unbelievable to think that London during flood is poetically beautiful. So Chesterton is trying to say that London during the flood can really be poetically beautiful. So when we say that London or any place is beautiful during the flood, it is an irony. It is a suspicious statement. But however, he assures that any place can be beautiful during the time of flood. It is not unbelievable. It is not imaginative. Nothing beyond inconvenience, difficulty, seems really to have been caused by them. See, the meaning is that we seem to believe that flood causes problems or inconvenience only. See, we have a feeling that situations like flood are causing difficulties only. Uh, Chesterton was of another opinion. It is true that floods are causing inconvenience. It is true. But at the same time, there are certain positive factors, there are certain interesting factors associated with the flood. So, this statement means that we seem to believe that flood causes problems or inconveniences only. And he continues, inconvenience, as I have said, is only one aspect, and that the most imaginative and accidental aspect of a really romantic situation. So there inconvenience is there, but inconvenience is only one factor. One factor means the unimaginative factor or an accidental factor of a really romantic situation. So Chesterton is of the opinion that flood is a very romantic situation. There are many factors associated with it. Inconvenience is only one factor. See the meaning. Actually, inconvenience is only one aspect of it. Otherwise, it is really a romantic situation. When we think only about inconvenience, we are forgetting its romantic aspects. That is what Chesterton thinks. Consider an adventure. Adventure is an unusual and exciting activity. An adventure is only an inconvenience when rightly considered. An inconvenience is only an adventure wrongly considered. The meaning is that when you consider an inconvenience in a positive manner, when you consider a difficulty in a positive manner, it can be called as an adventure. So, if your mind is taking a difficulty as a positive condition, then it is an adventure. If you are not considering an adventure in a positive manner, then you can say that it is an inconvenience. This is how Chesterton defines adventure and inconvenience. So you may be facing inconvenience in life. If you are ready to view it in a positive manner, you can say that it is an adventure. If you are not considering an adventure, if you don't like an adventure, then you will say that it is an inconvenience. Water that girdled surround the houses and shops of London must, if anything, have only increased their previous witchery and wonder. So Chesterton continues his argument. The water surrounded houses and shops of London uh, must must be must have increased their previous witchery, previous attraction and wonder. Chesterton says that water surrounded houses and shops must have increased the attractiveness of London city. So then he refers about a Roman Catholic priest in the story. For as a Roman Catholic priest in the story said, wine is good with everything except water. And on a similar principle, water is good with everything except wine. According to the priest in a story, priest said in a story like this, wine is a good combination with any food except water. Chesterton slightly changes the statement in the context of London flood. He says that wine is uh, he says that water is good with everything in life, everything except wine. You can add water with everything except wine. So he says that water in case of flood is very, very good. Water can be applied everywhere. Water is useful. Water has very uh, he says that water is good everywhere except with wine, which is also a way of saying that flood, which is an excess of water, is good sometimes. So that is how Chesterton explains his principle of making every inconvenient situations positive. He is giving several examples from his life in an interesting manner, quite humorously, adding several paradoxes, ironies, etc. So, but the basic principle behind all this is that we may face various inconveniences in life, but we will be able to overcome that inconvenience if you are trying to view it in a quite different manner. Like when you face a difficulty like fly falling into the milk or the cork falling into the wine. Just imagine that. Just compare the situation with that of the angler sitting by the side of the pond or a pool. Their patience, then you will find that the inconvenient situation you are facing is much better. Or another situation is that if your table drawer is jammed, just imagine that you are fighting with a powerful enemy, then you will be able to overcome that. So when you are chasing your hat, just imagine that you are chasing a wild animal, then you will be able to overcome that difficult situation. So this is the crux of the story. This is the idea behind the sorry, not story, idea behind the essay. Now try to read the paragraph, or try to read the whole chapter once again with the help of the notes. Thank you.